Welcome back to the channel, fellow aviators. I hope you guys are doing excellent today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because that's the main way to enter our 10,000 Golden Eagle giveaway, and join the Discord down below. Now, in terms of the F-16 versus the DCS F-16, that is what we're going to be talking about today, and it's going to be awesome. But before we get into that, have you guys ever wondered if you could play War Thunder on your mobile phone? Well, you're in luck today. Today's sponsor is Awesome. So basically, this allows you to control your computer with your phone, basically. Now, you'll be able to connect your phone, and this works on Android, Windows, and Apple, of course. So you'll be able to control your computer through your phone. There's also a feature that allows you to mirror your phone onto your desktop by scanning a QR code, and this makes it so much more simpler than the various ways of doing it online. I mean, I've tried to do this online before, and it's very complicated. This has to be the most simple way to do it. Another neat feature is this allows you to mirror it onto your phone, so you can see the phone is on the desktop and it is moving in real time with your phone in your hand. This is extremely useful, and I'm going to be using this myself. So right now we're in War Thunder. I got my mouse pad in the app right now, so this is on my phone. You can see I'm using the Leopard 2 PL, and I can look at my stats. I can also pop up a little keyboard so I can set binds, so I can play the game. There's also a multi-function menu. It's all really awesome. And last but not least, I'll be able to log into the game for my daily logins. Now, they also have a smart power plug, which enables you to turn off your computer from remote places. This is kind of cool because you can turn off your computer when you leave it on at home. This also runs applications at 144 frames per second, which is absolutely insane. Now, they do have different plans, and I will be giving out a code for the first 200 subscribers who use this code. You will get a free trial of this application. So please go down in the description down below and download this app. I'll have all the links down there, and a special thanks to Awesome for sponsoring this video. Anyway, let's get back to the action. Okay, so first up we have the flight controls, and you can see here that they seem pretty similar. I will say that DCS models are a little more clean. They just feel a lot better, more reactive, in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, but to me the DCS seems to be doing it slightly better, but in general they're pretty much the same. And then in terms of takeoff speed, the model of the F-16 in DCS actually does a better job. Now, mind you, this is the F-16C in DCS, and War Thunder we're using the F-16 ADF. So these are two different aircraft, although they have their similarity. They also have different weight standards because the F-16C has more technology in it. Now, in terms of durability, they both seem pretty much the same. They could take a punch. The only reason the War Thunder one exploded was because I went over a jump, but they pretty much are the same. Its roll speed, to be honest, I think the one in War Thunder rolls a little better, and that could be contributed to the F-16C having a lot more technology inside of it. And the ejection seats are exactly the same, but one thing that I did note is the ripping on the F-16 in War Thunder is a lot worse than the one in DCS. So I went at Mach 1 and started to do that roll, and the one in War Thunder ripped while the DCS guy just blacked out. And possibly my most enjoyable test that I conducted was the flat spin test. Now, it was very hard to get the F-16 in DCS in a traditional flat spin, but doing a weird maneuver where I pushed the stick forward to the left and then right rudder seemed to get me in a weird flat spin to where it's like upside down. It's very possible to get it into a traditional flat spin. I just had a hard time doing it. While in War Thunder, it is extremely easy to get into your traditional flat spin and recover very easily. And I attribute that to War Thunder having, different atmospheric conditions, and its flight model has an instructor correcting the plane constant. Which that reminds me, the F-16C has a G limiter, while the F-16 in War Thunder sort of has it modeled, but it's not really good, to be honest. Now, here we have our speed test, and the F-16C seems to be a lot faster than the F-16 we have in War Thunder, and they're generally at the same altitude, basically, and the F-16 in DCS is just out-accelerating the War Thunder F-16. And I kind of figured this because it is an F-16C, and the one we have in game is an F-16 ADF. So it's a given it's going to do that. In terms of agility tests, they both seem pretty similar. The only thing I noticed, I guess, was the F-16 and DCS had a little bit of a more of a drift, but that could just be my eyes. Also, the wing vapors look awesome in DCS. Please, War Thunder, add this feature, please. We need it. Now, in terms of AOA, the F-16 and War Thunder pulls a lot harder, in my opinion. Or, I guess the best wording for it would be faster. It just pulls the nose up a lot quicker. In a sustained turn at 300 knots, they both seem pretty similar, but again, the F-16 and War Thunder does have that slight advantage because it pulls the nose up a lot quicker, and that's because it doesn't really have a working G limiter like DCS does. And of course, the beloved climb rate. Now, War Thunder seems to climb a little faster than the DCS model, and this happened in our test. We did a test on the F-14 in DCS and War Thunder, and the F-14 in DCS climbed a little slower than the one in War Thunder, and I thought this was maybe because the weight of the TCS pod in DCS, but I think what it is because these are two different engines. DCS calculates wind speed, wind speed and physics a little better, like atmospheric temperatures or atmospheric density. DCS seems to calculate that stuff a lot better than War Thunder does. So I think what's happening here is physics is affecting the F-16 and DCS a lot more than it is in War Thunder. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Okay, so last but not least, of course, we're going to be checking out the things these birds could carry. So this carries about 7,000 pounds internal, which isn't that much compared to other fighter jets. For example, the F-14 carries around, I believe, 18,000. Correction, it's around 16,000 pounds of fuel. So this carries 7,000, which isn't that much. But in terms of weapons, the AIM-120B, the AIM-120C5, AIM-9M, and of course the beautiful AIM-9X, this bird does carry. So this carries quite a bit. It also carries missiles like HARMs, a bunch of bombs, bunch of guided bombs, TV pods, or just T-pods in general. It also carries ECM pods. This thing carries it all. You could think of it, it probably carries it. And that's because this is the F-16C, and the one we have in War Thunder is the F-16A DV, or the F-16A. Of course, I believe a better comparison would be towards the Taiwanese F-16, but since it's more people generally use the F-16 ADV, that's why we used it in this video. So let's go check out that payload. So in War Thunder, the F-16 ADV does carry AIM-9Ls and AIM-7Ms in the fuel tank, which so it's a very limited load of the AIM or the F-16C and DCS, but it does carry some of the weapons it carries. In terms of the Chinese or Taiwanese F-16, this does carry decent amount of bombs and multi-role stuff. This is probably the best F-16 in the game that we have currently. And then the Japanese F-16 carries a similar payload. And last but not least, everyone's favorite, the Italian F-16, which basically is an ADV or ADF. Yeah, I keep calling it an ADV. It's an ADF. And then the F-16A carries a good multi-role loadout as well. But again, none of these are comparable to the F-16C. I would say the closest would probably be the Japanese or the Chinese F-16. You get pretty close to it. But yeah, tell me in the comments down below how you think they'll add the F-16C to War Thunder. And tell me what other aircraft you guys want me to compare with DCS and War Thunder, or other simulators. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and take care.